mixed farm is a relatively new farm that began 3 years back. Burondwa comes from a Nyankore word, kuronda, which is to search. So Burondwa, I meant wealth. You look for wealth, you have to do a lot to get that wealth. Okuronda, obugiga Burondwa, that's what I actually meant. We did this farming because we realized we didn't have space. Space is becoming small, the world is becoming small. So we asked ourselves, can't we sit somewhere and use the smallest land we have? As you may see, this Burondwa mixed farm is not seated even on an acre. We wanted to discover, is it possible for somebody to gain from a small piece of land like this? And that's how we started with the poultry. And now we have realized we can earn a lot, in fact, from the small piece of land than those who have big chunks of land. On feeds, in a period of 10 days, we spent over 1 million Uganda shillings. And at that rate, the birds give us around 30 trays per day. So when I receive feeds, there is a ratio we use. Here at the farm, we have established a ratio that productively is fit for our birds. So we bring the feeds and we mix here. We have the ratio we use, and the outcome is good for our birds. On part of that water, we drilled some water ourselves, because the farm, number one, you cannot start a farm without plenty of water. We drilled our own water. We now supplied it to the system, and they installed the system in our poultry houses. So it is easy for us. We put water once and we are out, and the system keeps flowing for the birds. They use nipples. Our system has nipples. The birds feed themselves, and when water reduces, we open again and the tanks are full. These layers, they can give you eggs for about 1.5 years. And when they are done, 1.5 years done, then they call them off layers. Now they are sold. These are the birds they sell in markets and what for people to consume. So in a period of 1.5 years, when we have collected all the eggs and we think they cannot lay anymore, or the production is low, we sell them as off layers and we get money. Smartness is next to God. For everything you have to do, you must make sure there is cleanliness first. As you have seen, we don't have houseflies here. There's no smell. Some farms we find a lot of smell, but here we maintain a lot of cleanliness. The vaccination of the birds, where you get these birds, we get our birds at day 1. We brood them ourselves. So they always give you a chart. The company that sells you the birds always gives you a chart to follow for vaccination. So what we do, our concentration is on day 1. When you vaccinate your birds very well from day 1 up to around 3 months, it is always good. Your birds are resistant to all diseases more or less. There are vitamins you keep putting in so that you boost their immunity. When they are laying eggs, you need to give them that vitamin to boost their immunity, to make the eggs okay. Otherwise, the most important vaccine you have in the poultry house is cleanliness. It is cheap, but it is hard for people to keep. In a poultry farm, anything can bring a disease. And the most dangerous animal now is the bird, because they are birds, and these wild birds from outside, they almost share the same diseases. Newcastle, and all the things I can mention. Flu, whatever. No entry of any animal that is not a bird. The chicken we are having. We as humans, the owners of the farm, can ourselves spread diseases to our own animals. But as you may see here, the farm, we have gumboots. We put on gumboots full time. Before somebody enters, he steps in the jig. And nobody comes from out to enter that poultry house. Even when there is jig, we don't allow people who are not workers here at the farm to enter, because we may not know where you have stepped and how you have come at our farm. We have around six cows now, Frisian cows. Contrary to the poultry, these cows also need a lot of time. In fact, the zero grazing unit is near the poultry because the land is small. We have around 6 Frisian cows, giving us around 50 to 60 liters a day. The feeds, we buy most of the feeds. In a month, we spend at around 1.5 m, and we supplement with what we have. We have gone into an era where we use everything almost that people think is not important. Banana peelings, pineapple peelings, whatever, what people throw away as waste, we sort and bring and make feeds for our cows. We have a record of each cow. We have identified each cow. We baptized them, by the way. We have Grace, we have Sarah, we have Shatsi, and more and more and more, and the rest. And their young ones, their calves, they all have names. So it is easy for even the worker to communicate to you even when we are not around. Grace is sick. Grace needs this. Grace needs to be inseminated. So that is how we keep a record. Because of this zero grazing, we don't get diseases. We spray once in a month. What other people don't do. If you go out, people spray 4 times almost in a week, because people's cows have been dying every day. But because our unit is small, nobody enters there, where do we get ticks from? We don't have ticks at our farm. So we put in little, we get a lot from the farm. I would wish to encourage a person who wants to start, who has an idea of starting a farming. Please come and join. Farming is very interesting. You use a little space, you minimize costs, and you earn some little money to sustain yourself and your family and whatever you want to do. Don't get scared. Farming is nice. Farming is healthy. You produce and people must eat. People must drink, people must eat. Okay, finally, I would wish to encourage all people who would want to start up such a business, who would want to be encouraged. People have money but they know how to put it to use. People are hungry to do something. I encourage you to come and visit us. You can get our contacts as indicated below, and you come to us. We shall welcome you. We shall teach you. We shall not hide anything from you, because if we do it together, we can even look for a bigger market together. You may not start with everything. You may start up with a zero grazing. The next day, some other person may start up with a poultry farming. You choose one according to how we have explained to you. We have hiccups here and there. We train you, we panel beat you, and by the time you leave, you are good to go. Thank you.